Alright, so this evening we are going to look at angles and the circle. We're beginning with the circular function. Angles and the circular function. So we got a couple of vocabulary words that we're going to look at. Don't really like the way that looks. Circular function. Okay. The first vocabulary word that we're going to look at here, we already know what an angle is. So let's talk about a more formal definition. An angle is formed by rotating of course in a plane. That means the coordinate system. A ray M, and that's going to be called your initial side of the angle. Around its endpoint until it coincides with a ray N, which is called your terminal side. So basically, the only thing we're saying here is we have a ray, and when I get a little bit better, I can use the toolbar to give me the rays to be straighter lines. But this would do for now. So the yellow is called your terminal, and the green is called your initial. Just think about it's where you start from, your initial side. Okay? So if I was to draw this out, make it a little bit bigger, and of course these are all rays. I start here and I'm going to wrap around, and then this will be your angle. So if I'm going counterclockwise, my angle theta is positive. Same angle. But if I go clockwise, my angle is negative. Now this is different from when we were talking about our lines of travel. Lines of travel is talking about due north. This has nothing to do with due north. So whenever we go clockwise with our angles, we call those our negative angles. Okay? Then we have standard position, and we're going to be talking about standard position often. Standard position basically is when an angle in a rectangular coordinate system is at the origin and the initial side is along the positive x-axis. So basically the vertex is at the origin and your initial side is along the x-axis. Okay, that's our standard position. Okay. Then we have what we call coterminal. Coterminal angles are basically angles, or we could say two angles that have the same initial side and the same terminal side. I guess you're saying, well, how can you have that? But have different measures. So they have the same initial side and the same terminal side, but they have different measurements. So how can we have that? That's very interesting. Well, that's what we call wrapping. So I'm going to have a coordinate system. And remember, this is 0 degrees. This is 90 degrees. This is 180 degrees. And this is 360 degrees. I'm sorry, not 360. Whew, not 360. 270. And then this is back to 360 degrees. Okay, so watch closely with my drawing. I'm going to use a white. So let's say I'm talking about this angle right here. So this is my initial. This is my terminal. So I'm going to start here and go to here. Okay, so let's say I'm telling you that this is 60 degrees. Sounds pretty good to me. Initial, terminal. But I take the same angle and I go all the way around. Still start at the initial side, all the way around, and I ended up right here. So if we add that, I went all the way around, so that's 360 plus 60, which gives me 420 degrees. So this is not only 60, but it's also 420 degrees because I went all the way around and stopped there. But notice, same initial, same terminal. So we call these coterminal angles. Okay, so tonight you're going to look at how to basically go and find your coterminal angles. How do you find your coterminal angles? Basically, you wrap. That's all you're doing is wrapping. You just keep wrapping. That's all you're doing. So let's look at an example. 30 degrees. You want to find coterminal angles for 30 degrees. So I can either add 360 to this or I can subtract 360 to this because it's going to give me coterminal angles. Not a very good drawing, but you'll be alright. 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360. I don't think I like this pink on purple. I won't use that no more. Okay? So this is my 30 degrees. So I want to find the coterminal angle for this. So I'm going to take 30 degrees and I'm going to add 360 to it, and it's going to give me 390. I'll use a different color. Go all the way around, and there we go. So now it's not only 30 degrees, but it's 390 degrees. Okay? I can also say 30 degrees minus 360. So now I can't go this way because I'm talking about the what? The negative. So I'm still starting here. Uh-oh, let me change the color. And now I'm going to go this way. This is still my initial side, but I went clockwise. So 360 minus 30 is 330, but remember it's negative, so it has to be negative 330. So all three of these are called coterminal angles to 30 degrees. Pretty simple enough. Again, you're just wrapping. I can go around another time. Let's say if I do this. That's one time around. That's two times around. And I stop here. So that's 360 plus 360 plus 30. So that's going to give me 720 plus 30 is 750 because I went around twice. And we call this wrapping. Very short lesson today. Didn't really go through the radiance. Just really wanted you to see how you wrap and how you can have the same angles um, and be on the terminal and the initial side. Okay, so in addition to the work that you missed from class today, I still want you to look at page 381. I'm sorry, 381. 381, number one. Number one. And then you need to read section 4.3, and that's going to be 370 to 371. All right, have a good evening. Signing off.